Okay, well, in my attempt to adjust the camera angle, the fucking whatever, the video shut off. So I had to start all over again. I don't know why it's so dark. But anyway, so if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessie, and I talk about things that are happening in my life. Me and my boyfriend took a cross-country trip in our car, living in a tent and our car from Minnesota around through Ohio and then down around into California. And that's all documented on my website. I'll link it somewhere if I can. Anyway, so today I'm gonna start the discussion out with how I microdose cannabis to help with my anxiety and my chronic pain. You can also learn more about all of that on my website, on my blogs, and I'll do follow-up videos as well. So I started microdosing cannabis about 2 years ago. When I was in my 20s, I used to smoke weed a lot, like regularly. And I quit smoking it because I didn't really like the way I always get dizzy when I smoke weed. And I don't like being dizzy. I don't like feeling out of control. And I quit drinking 20 years ago. So sobriety is kind of a big deal to me. But I know there's a lot of benefits to cannabis. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. It was just super dark. It's still dark. I don't know what's going on with this fucking camera. Anyway, you don't really need to see me to know what I'm talking about. So, I started researching the benefits of cannabis, primarily CBD at the time, because that was when it was first, getting popular in Minnesota, where I'm from. They were selling it at the food co-op where I worked. I think I was in Minnesota. Anyway, I started doing research on, I was working at the co-op then. I started doing research on cannabis and the benefits on CBD, and that led to wanting to know more about how THC could help me. So I did my research and I found out that I could microdose it, which just means taking less than 2.5 milligrams or 2.5 milligrams or less per dose or whatever, so that you don't get the psychoactive effects of the THC. And of course, those measurements all depend on things like body weight and tolerance level as well. So I took a trip to Colorado and I tried it out. And it was great. It was wonderful. And I got mostly CBD products. And now, so fast forward 2 years, I was using, I was microdosing. Fast forward till now, and now I'm in, this video is so dark. Anyway, so totally just lost my train of thought. I don't know. Okay, so I'm using cannabis for pain relief. Originally it started as just something to help with my chronic nerve pain. And then I realized that if I started out just using topicals, and I found out if I use edibles, if I consume edibles, then that also helps with my anxiety and my mania. I get really manic sometimes. And it really helps with that. I also learned the different strains that help me better than others. Like, indicas are only good for me if I plan on going to sleep, because they will knock me the fuck out. Like, even just a small dose will knock me out. So there's that. Topicals, I usually use a higher CBD ratio than THC. Like, I like 18-to-1s or 4-to-1s better than 1-to-1s. With the edibles, I do sometimes use the 1-to-1s. Like, I have those mints that I showed you guys in the last video, where I take a half a mint per dose. Like, I take a half a mint in the morning and then a half a mint in the afternoon, because they usually last about 8 hours, and I usually wake up around like 7:30, 8 o'clock. So then I just take it then. And right now I don't have any THC/CBD topicals. Right now I just have a CBD topical. It was in a roller ball, but since I live in my car, pretty much everything is in my car if it's not in storage. And the cap broke on it and the roller ball fell out and it spilled all over. So I was able to salvage some of it. And I put it in I have glass jars and stuff that I used to have my homemade toothpaste in. I just put it in there. And so I have a little bit left. It's just regular CBD that I got at Sprouts. They were having a sale on it, so I took advantage. And then I have THC lip balm, which I know sounds kind of weird. Like, I was a little skeptical at first about THC lip balm. It doesn't have any CBD in it. It's just THC. And it has like coconut oil and aloe and stuff in it, I think. I don't remember all the ingredients, but it's all natural. It's like handmade. And it's the best stuff I've ever put on my lips. Like, hands down, it's amazing. I'm hoping that I can find something like it here in California, in Los Angeles. I got it at a little tiny dispensary in Rochester, not in Rochester, weed's not legal there yet, in fucking Denver. And yeah, so I guess that is basically my cannabis use. When I use topicals, I usually try to get the ones that are, of course, I get full spectrum and organically grown, no matter what, but I also try to get the ones that say that they're transdermal. That way, when you put it on your skin, you can basically put it anywhere and it will enter your system, and it will benefit your cannabinoid system in your own body, because that's how it works. That's how it benefits you, is by being in your system. And like, when you use cannabis, whether it's THC or CBD or both, it's something that you have to do every day. Like, if I stop microdosing THC, within like a couple weeks to a month, I can tell that difference in my anxiety level, in my chronic pain level. Like, usually my chronic pain, if I'm not microdosing, is around like a 7 or 8 on a scale of 1 to 10. And that's just every day. On days that I do microdose, when I am regularly microdosing, my pain level goes down to around a 3 or 4, which is a lot more tolerable, and I can do a lot more activities without being in constant pain, or too much constant pain. And then, I mean, on the days that I have like severe, like there have been days where my pain level has been at like a 10. On those days, I will take a full dose. I won't microdose it. I'll take a full dose, and then I just won't drive anywhere. Hold on. I'm gonna adjust this. So, right now, that's not really an option since we live in our car and we kind of have to be moving around most of the time. The only time we're not really moving is if I'm working in the coffee shop on the computer, or if we're sleeping or doing laundry or something. So there's not really any chances for me to get stoned and just, you know, chill. But I do keep up with the microdosing. I have been trying to be good about that because it is really important for my mental and my physical health. I also like to sometimes I like to take an edible, like a sativa edible, about an hour before the gym, and it actually helps. Like, it's like a pre-workout, because it gets you motivated. At least it gets me motivated. I don't always do that, and it will be like, I'll just microdose that too. I don't take like a full dose for that either. But yeah, that's something else that I also do occasionally. I'm usually pretty motivated to get to the gym if it's a gym I like. Like right now, going to Zoo, like I have one more delivery. That's what I'm going to do now, and then I'm going to the gym. Like, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, anyway, I always got to work that gym talk in there. That's the other thing that's really important about managing mental and physical health, is making sure that you get enough exercise, enough physical activity. It's really hard when you're in pain every day, and like, I'm motivated to go to the gym, but a lot of times I just want to go and lay on the turf and stretch and do really light yoga, and I don't want to challenge myself. But I know that the more physical activity I do, the less pain I'm gonna be in. So that motivates me to want to push myself a little bit harder. I know I would probably push myself even harder if I had somebody like pushing me. Like, if somebody was like, you know what, bitch, just fucking do it. But yeah, I mean, I'm getting in there, like, and it's important, you know, to, no matter what, no matter where you are on your health journey, doing some type of physical activity is important. Okay, I will be right back. I need to concentrate on where I am going.